All right, a little prep here for some sweet looking steaks. Usually I go for the filet mignon. I don't usually buy it from Big Y. I usually buy the steaks from a local meat market that we have, but this is kind of like a spur of the moment thing. So I'm gonna marinate these bad boys up. I'll just kind of go through how I usually do a marinade for these steaks. I used to tenderize these steaks all the time. I had a tenderizer, and I'd stab the living crap out of it to tenderize it up. And honestly, over the years, I've learned and just gone the other way and just left it alone. Let the marinade soften it up kind of naturally instead of just stabbing the crap out of it. If you start it early enough, like these, I'm gonna have these tonight, and it's only like 9:45 in the morning. So this will sit all day in this marinade. Really, it's just salt, pepper. I don't think I have any garlic powder left, but let me try to situate this a little bit better. I'm trying to do some of these longer length videos here. I can actually show how I do stuff here. There we go. That's a little better. At one point, I don't know if anybody that watches this in the comments does any of this kind of stuff, or like, I know there's like a GoPro kind of thing you can buy. Pretty much like sits on your chest or something like that, where you can do more in-depth videos. So at least they look a little bit more professional than this hokey setup, but this is what I got for now. So all right, now because these are ribeye, usually with the filet mignon, the tenderloins, I can wrap them in bacon pretty easy. But I'm telling you what, wrapping these in bacon, really any steak that I've wrapped in bacon, is really cooks through good, and it's got really good flavor. So here I'm just using some maple bacon that my wife got from probably Stop and Shop. And then when I cook it, I'll sear the edges with the bacon in a cast iron pan, let that sit for like 5 minutes, and then I'll throw it on the grill, and then it just like soaks up the juices from the center of the meat. I also picked up, because I love this stuff, this brand of Worcestershire sauce. It's phenomenal. And it also acts as a tenderizer for the meat too, so that's another reason why I don't stab the crap out of it. So we'll do the Worcestershire sauce. I'll do a little basil, nothing crazy, just to add a little seasoning to it. I like to use the Himalayan salt with the grinder. It's chunkier. If you use the regular sea salt, it's just too fine. It doesn't seem like it hits it right. Black peppercorn, and then I just throw a little bit of the Montreal steak rib on there. It's pretty much the salt and pepper as it is. I'll put a little oil on it. Usually I use the avocado oil. They say it's a little bit healthier, and honestly, it works the same as any other olive oil I've used. I just don't use extra virgin, just because that seems like it coagulates a bit in the fridge while this is sitting in there. So I usually try to stay away from that. As far as cleanliness goes, you know, I rinse my hands off after touching the meat like that. I don't wash them, but what are you gonna do? It's not gonna kill you. Do a little pepper. And again, this will sit. I probably won't start cooking it till like 6 o'clock tonight, so this has got plenty of time to sit, marinade. The other, as you can see, the salt is a lot thicker. Hairy arms are in the way. Get this Worcestershire sauce opened up here, and I don't like flood the steak. You know, I just do. This will slowly seep into there, and then, you know, I'll flip it and do the same thing. Now I'm sure the salt content, anybody that's like worried of using too much salt, or you're supposed to have a low sodium intake, it's probably not a phenomenal meal for you. But really cares, right, when it comes to cooking. All right, so this I'm gonna end up fudging a little bit. I'll get a couple toothpicks on it. End up using 2 pieces for these. Usually it's just 1 for the tenderloins because they're smaller. And then, you know, just, I like to, yeah, circle, you know, form that meat a little bit. You don't have to do the exact shape of it because, and I found the tighter you go, the more it holds in the juice of that bacon. Once it gets seared in the cast iron, it really hits the spot. And again, this is like my first like full-length video here, if you call it full-length. I'm just doing the marinade portion of this, and I'll do another one with the cooking of it, break it up a little bit. Yeah, just for anybody that doesn't really know how to cook, or you're like, well, you know, I'm not really the best person on the grill, or I don't know how to cook a steak. This is like the first step, is just getting a solid marinade down, because I feel like the marinade does quite a bit for the steak, especially if you get a good cut of meat. You're already kind of saved by the type of the meat that you bought, but, and I'll just throw a couple toothpicks on that, and that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy. And I'm telling you, if you don't really know how to cook, or you're just trying to impress a girl on a first date at your house, I mean, this is a pretty solid way to go. I mean, unless you don't eat meat, and if you don't eat meat, you probably don't want her. All right, guys, let's stick around for the next video on the cooking of the steaks. All right, thanks.